Morning, Vandili. Morning, all. You hear me all right?
Everything is fine, sir. It's a great day today. Started with a stand-up comedy and I was laughing.
And the sun seems to be shining as well.
Yep, very much well.
Yeah, just going to wait a couple of minutes, then we can get started. As per normal, past. Morning, morning, morning. Okay, that's past. Let's get started. You can start off with looking at this one here. It's the GBP, as you can clearly see, USD. I'm just going to put on a line chart. Where are we? You see it's a bit of a channel there at the top of the channel, and just let's see these guys in, just give me a moment. Okay, it's the top of the channel there on the line chart. I think it's a possibility it can come down to maybe this line here. That's too far away for one shot, but something down that sort of area there. Yeah, this is still a lower low than these guys here, and it battling to break above there. And the US dollar is, I looked at Bloomberg quite a lot, and they seem to think that the dollar is a bit oversold like myself. There could be some coming up on it. There are one or two issues, as we discussed, the overpriced welfare state and cost to the government, etc., on the economy there. I just think the pound's a bit on the heavy side, and I think there might be a little chance, a bit of a downside on this one. I'm checking out there just to see what you guys think. We'll look at the week. That's going to tell you much. Yeah, more or less the same story. And we'll look at the 4 hour. More or less the same story. Look at the hour one. It's battling to break above the 1 times 10 moving average, the 10 moving average. Remember, it's 10 multiplied by the candle on the chart. And I think there's a chance of some downside on that one. And I think we can get a decent stop as well. Just a second, because we keep shifting up to it that way. So then maybe if we get it to stop, maybe somewhere around about these levels. And it wasn't at that level since, well, 2 months ago. And I think maybe take it down there. So I'm checking it out there. What do you think, guys? Sorry to put the pressure on you guys, but I mentioned from this morning our own personal strategy room, and I said I'll discuss with you guys, and if you like it, I'll post on the company WhatsApp to send out to everybody. So what I'm saying is no pressure, guys. Do I get support and a sort of a decent support, and then I'll maybe look some moral support on this one. So just what do you guys think?
Sorry, Roger, good morning. Joined a little bit late. I missed the first part. Can you please repeat?
Please do, yeah. I was hoping to call up on there. I had a discussion in the strategy room this morning. I always have 1:30 in the morning to discuss trade ideas with the guys there. And I came up with this idea here, and they said they quite like it. And I said, what I'll do is we've got quite a few guys in the trading room who've got a bit of experience now. I'll do it like another meeting, if you like, another strategy meeting with the guys there. And if they like the look of it, then I'll copy and post it on the WhatsApp group for the company to send out to all comers, if you like. So I just want to know your opinion on it. I'm looking for a short. I just want to go back to look at the line chart, see that channel there, and that lower low, etc. And I think I'm not going down here, by the way. I'm aiming to around about this level here, something like that as a TP, and the stop up here somewhere. Okay, which should just about get a decent risk reward and have the stop out the way. What do you think? Okay, Jacob. Yeah, well, maybe Anthony, I guess when that happens, your confidence goes a little bit. It's quite normal. Happens to us all, everybody. And yeah, so if you feel that way, yeah, just get the confidence back. Best way to do it is not play on a demo. Just go in a very small position somewhere and just get that confidence back again. It's very much a psychological confidence game, like most things in life. So yeah, well, that's a big question. Will it continue? It's holding above 102. It's trying to go a little bit higher, and not some big support with the pounds, we know. It's a bit overcooked here. I'm not sure it's going to drive it up there. If you don't feel comfortable, we won't send it. If you do feel comfortable, I'm confident, but I just want a bit of support on this, to be honest. Glad to hear, Tom B. I need a bit of support from you because your last two trades, brilliant. I got stopped out the BJPY, so clearly you guys, if you didn't hit profit, you probably take it already. Well done. And the other one you came in with NZDCHF is not doing too badly either. So it's 2 Tom B, 0 Roger at the moment. I'm hoping to correct this with this one is 2-1 Tom B, 1 Roger, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, but I'm not going to push it if you're confident. I like it, but I feel I need some support on this. So, what do you guys think? What do you think, Farney? Antonio, you've got a bit of confidence there. Okay, Tomby, what is 2 or 3 people like it? Say I'm going to call for 3 likes on this one before I get the courage to send it out to everyone. Although I can't say I'm moaning really because the trades are not doing too bad. The only hassle we're having is people going to the NAS with small accounts and not understand the difference between micro. And of course, a couple of people jumping around have had a bit of an issue with it. So yeah, remember, we'll never send a normal NAS out. If you want to do it, that's up to you. It'll then be the micro because a lot of guys get confused and don't understand because they don't do the TR very much. So yeah. But anyway, that being as it is, anybody like this? Okay, good enough for me and Tommy. maybe we'll get 3-1, not 2-1. If it comes right, you're supporting it. We'll give you another point. Means 3-1. The gap will still be there. Okay, short. I want to put the stop up here. Okay, 1.2170. Nope, that's going to come down a little bit. Now, maybe leave that tad. Now, I think I'll stick with the original there. Move this a little bit down. Yeah, that should do it. There you are. What do you think? The big stop to, and it's, remember, it's 100,000 on the pound. Remember, you get the Aussie USD, it's 100,000 Aussie dollar contract size, 100,000 pound contract size, hence the slightly larger amount for the entry level on a micro. Okay, so yeah, just basically means you've got to have at least 1,500 rand in your account or more to do it. Don't go and you got less, otherwise be overexposed. Remember, if you've got 1,000, that's 15%. It's 30% on 500. That's way overexposed. So 1,500 rand or more. Try not to go above 10% on your balance, and if you go over 10 grand, then you reduce to 5. And if you go over 25, maybe 3, and then on the way up, you get a smaller percentage. Yeah, a short, yeah. Harold likes it. Okay, so you guys like it. Okay, that's fine. Let's just do that then. Just give me a second. I'm just going to save the picture. Munda likes it. Good, because you got the last two spot on more than I did. So Tombi and Munda supporting that one. Now, I'm just going to write it down. I don't want to do it myself. Just give me a second. 1.2319, 1.2404. I don't do it myself. Just remind me, because I might forget. Too busy talking on here. SLTP. What's it now? 150. Call it 155. Starting at 0.1, 0.15, yeah. Okay, straight from myself here. Where is it now? GBP. Yeah, so in just now, don't worry about that. I'll sort that myself later on. Okay, so I'll just write the figures down here in case it's asked for. 0.01. 150 and 275. Second, I'll do this quickly. Okay, see that. See if any light comes on that one. Okay, I'll look at that right now.
Roger, Pietro, yeah.
Oh, hi, Pietro. Yeah, good day.
Hi. Just quickly, the reason why you're doing that GBP USD is because it's hitting resistance. Am I correct? Is that why you want to do a short?
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to that, Harold, for a second. You asked AUD? Yeah, Harold, just for a second. Right. There's a couple of reasons I want to discuss. It's good. I don't know why. Look at those. I put that on the line chart. Those two lines there, the upper and lower line. There seem to be lower highs. And even though I know it's in the stronger zone, being up there, it seems to be holding those areas here. Yeah, and I think, like everything else, I always use the house scenario. You bought it for $1 million and you'd be happy at 1.2. But if someone says 2 million, you think it might be a bit overvalued, 2 million. Or it's a bad area. If a lot of people moved in and stuffing the place up, it might drop a bit from $1 million, maybe 700,000. When it gets down to about 600, you start thinking maybe it's undervalued. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you can sometimes buy, like this occasion here. Look at this. It's definitely in the sell zone down here. And look what happened. I think it's overvalued the pound against the dollar. And I think there could be a bit of a pullback there. But again, in case I'm wrong, I've got the stop loss in just around about these levels here. Okay. That's the thinking behind it. No more, no less. Nothing more deeper or fantastically complicated than that.
Okay, thanks, Roger.
Okay, cheers. Right, AUD, and then do the euro in a minute. AUD, USD. Whoa. Let's have a look now. Well, what I think of that one is it's gone above the 10 and it looks like there's a bit of support here going back. It's crunching a bit more. There seems to be a bit of support here, okay? And it hasn't really broken through. I'm not that confident, to be honest, that it's going to continue without maybe going up again. I see the vision of the sell, but I'd rather be selling it at these sort of levels here than here at the moment. I just want to check the weekly. Not telling you, well, just left Kaonian. 4 hour, start to look a bit more hopeful. 1 hour, start to look hopeful. It needs to break through here, maybe with a bit more confidence. I think I'm erring towards wait and see on this one, to be honest. What do you guys think? Do you think it's worth chasing now? Remember as well, we can do a couple of US dollar ones, but I'm a bit disinclined to get 3 or 4 trades going in a dollar, just in case, you need to diversify. You don't want to have 4 trades in a dollar. 2 is about maximum. So remember, you already got a trade at a dollar pound. So this one, let's have a look. What do you think? I think a little bit, for me, a bit more confirmation before I do it. And if you do, is a much down. So let's see, getting around about these sort of levels here. 100 pips, where are you going to put your stop up here somewhere? You could probably squeeze it on the aggressive side, but nothing wrong with it, Gerard. I just need maybe a bit more confidence of it. I think I'm more leaning towards the weight, as I mentioned, yeah. And do you agree on that? Okay, Derek, the few guys think really, as I say, sorry of me to say, but if you're going to put real money on it, I think I like a little bit more confidence on it. So yeah, I think I'll just sit aside that one out. But if you like it, just let me know and I'll put an R up or discuss it further. Okay. GU will still, what's the GU? Will sell hold. GU will sell hold. Jabu, I'm not quite sure what you mean on that one. But before we answer that, I'm going to go around and look at Euro one. Where's somebody Euro JPY? Okay. There's nothing much I've noticed coming out big today on the fundamental front, by the way, Mr. President. I know the oil inventories later, I think retail homes in the US or something like that. Well, some do the housing, some do the housing. It's about the only one. There's a few 2 stars in there. And so the oils, well, we're not in oil at the moment, unless you're always still long on the previous signal. I'm smiling now. Mandela, we'll look at Brent if it gets to 80. I think it's going to, then it might come off from there. We'll look at it again there. Might get a trade there. Right, Euro JPY. What do you want to do with this? Just to check again. You mentioned whether you want to buy it or sell it. A sell. Okay. I see what you mean. It's shorthand for GBP USD. Someone's thinking, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. I remember that next time. I'll tell you what, the other one's cable. But remember, the dollar Canadian is the loonie, and the pound USD is always known as cable for whatever reason. Okay. You want to sell it. The momentum is shot up today. It's only just under 10 hours old. How far it shot up? What's pushing that? I think it's more Japanese weakness at last creeping in. I think it's been overvalued. more than anything on the euro on that one. 143 around the figure. It's gone right up support. I personally think there's going to be some profit taking there, and on the round figure and on the resistance there, I think it's going to be profit taking at this stage. The extent of it, I'm not quite sure how much, but I see what you're saying there. I think like the AUD, I just feel maybe get a bit of confirmation. Just want to show you on the short. We'll do the weekly first. Yeah, same story. 4 hour. 4 hour is more likely to sell. What we want is confirmation. See what I'll use a candle for, guys, just repeat. Do you see any sellers at the moment? I don't. The candle is telling me on the 1 hour, it's like zooming out, if you like, from the daily when you go to 1 hour. It's one of the purpose of it, see it a bit more clearly. At this stage, there doesn't seem to be any sellers involved. You need to see a few sellers. So I'll be creeping in now, maybe, but not enough to maybe join it yet. I want to see some profit taking, and I want to see some sellers. I think if you want to take it now, I'm not against it. It's been fairly aggressive. Maybe just get a bit of a confirmation, and there's no problem with the stock. We can put it up there, and we've got plenty of downside. We might even come back there today. What a pleasure. So we can definitely get a risk reward, but I think we'd rather get some confirmation. Well, that helps a bit. See what Etchins has written? That's going to a little bit more detail, but the details gone into actually corroborates or confirms this. Hopefully it will do okay. All right, thanks for that. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, good stuff. Okay, yeah, there's no sellers. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. As knowledge picked up, we want to see. I like the vision. I like the trade. Oh, sorry, credit where credit's due if it works out. Where are we? AUDEUIJ. Oh, it's Marius. Okay, beg your pardon. Too busy looking at the contact rather than the person sending it. Yeah, what do you think of that, Marius? I seem to be getting a bit of a confirmation creeping in. I don't have to wait all day for it. Maybe a 15-minute candle. Don't want to miss the boat and get too much of a lower price. But maybe a 15-minute candle. What do you think? Maybe wait till she just remind me at 10 o'clock. If that starts going red, I like the trade. Maybe reduce the SL a little bit or something like that. We'll make a plan. But I agree with you. I like it. And I think it could get a bit of a pullback here. Yeah, so should we just wait for the confirmation on that? No, I think it's just a dollar strengthening. I don't think it's much to do with the AUD currently. I just think that dollars become a little bit undervalued, and I think it's a bit of a profit taking. Remember, the DXY is a tradable instrument, not in ours, but other people out there. At the bottom, I think it's a bit of expectation, a bit of strength coming in on the undervalued dollars thinking. Should we wait till 10 or what do you think, Marius? It's your idea. What do you think? Do you want to go in now or do you want to wait till 15-minute candle? What do you think? I don't want to miss it, but I don't want to get caught for being impatient. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay. Well, let's just put it up there on that basis. Okay, we'll put in a pending and a short. Right. You want to get 142,770. Where's that now? I see below here. Get your point now. The catch that you're talking about now. 142.77 and sorry, wrong place. 142.77, and then we can put in here short. Put in here 143.60, and then the TP 140.50. Right, where's the TP 140.50 on that one? It's not showing on the 15-minute. That's why. Yeah, I think that's asking a bit much. You can put that with your money with pleasure. I'm going to go for TP here. Okay. If it breaks through, you modify your TP. You know the score, Marius. Your name down there, no problem at all. And yeah, I think that for me would be slightly better. And I'm just going to just further stop a little bit. That should be okay there. Right. So that would be more my sort of level. Sorry, what's the level? Here you are. Okay. Just give me a second, guy. Okay, sorted. Okay, so right. That's the pending order. TP and SL. That's what I'm happy with that. If you're happy with that. Remember, it's not going in now. If we're going in slightly lower down. That's why the stop will be a bit high. Am I on the pending? Yeah. That's the 142. That's on the wrong one. Then what happened there? That's completely wrong. Then 77 I think it was. Yeah, it's going to give her wrong figures then. Okay, that's going to have to come down. We can put that up there. That's fine.
Mr. Rogers?
Only 75 bucks in the micro. That's the pending order.
Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Go for it.
How do you manage to write the entry price? Because on my side it's highlighted gray, so I only write on stop loss and take profit.
It shouldn't be gray. Just remember, guys, you've got to tick or the disclaimer every time you go into your charts. When you open up the MT5 platform, right in your face disclaimer. You can't miss it. You need to tick in OK, otherwise you cut everything's grayed out. If you've already done that, I'm going to be honest, maybe reboot or go to tech support. I think you mentioned it last time. I don't know. I'm sorry, I've mentioned it before. I'm the wrong guy when it comes to, I think some stuff I'll know immediately, but why that's grayed out, I don't know. I remember I've got on a pending. I've just changed that to penny. It's not instant, so it's a different price to the market price. That shouldn't be grayed out. I don't know why that is. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Maybe somebody with more tech knowledge can help you out there, Mondili. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to the chat tech support. I guess see what you can do as well. If you go into trading support, it won't be a problem because I'm not on it. Clinton is, and he is pretty jacked on IT. He's forgotten more about IT than I'll ever know, basically. So yeah, so I suggest getting sorted. Very important. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay, so what do you think of that, guys, for a pending order? Or does anyone want to jump the gun and go in now? That's the big decision. Just going to short it down to 15 minutes. So we're not really getting much confirmation. So I think it's going to come off, but maybe
Okay.
just be on that basis. Anyway, what do you think?
I found it was on instant. I clicked on instant and then to pending, and now it's there. It's not grayed out anymore. I can write it down now.
Okay, I got you. Okay, simple as that.
Thanks.
Well, that's why I put in the entry on the pending and stop loss. That's sheer habit because I'm used to going in on instant. So I started putting the price in there, which is the wrong place. So you've got to put the price in on a pending because that's the price you want to sell or buy it. Yeah. Some guys are already in on this one. Right, that is interesting. So let's do it on an instant and see what we come up with. We're going to do it an instant. I'm going to knock this off. Then we can put the TP in a slightly different situation. We're going to I'll use the same one. Get this out right. So I'm bloody doing it. So 50 minutes. I was confused. Yes. Maybe on that basis we can try that. Let's see if this works. Nope. I want it above there, but it's not going to work. So we have to bring it down here. I don't have it a wider. If you want a wider TP, a little wider stop, but I'm not too keen on that. That will do. If you're going in now, short stop limit or instant. Sorry, get this bloody thing right. Try that. Try that. If you want to go in instant, a couple of guys go on it instantly. Okay. You can indeed just do this first. I'm going to get this down. Guys like it. You want just a second. Just tease you and Tomby here, but some of the guys' finance is a bit of a problem. Can you come up with another brilliant trade for us all? Okay, have I missed anybody? I think we might have missed somebody. Just make sure before we go into new ones there. AUD looked at. Don't want to miss anybody out there. Euro JPY, that's fine. We'll do the NAS first before we get the AUD. Going to knock that off. I'll put it written down here. Everyone panic on that. AUD, NAS. I'm already in it and I'm sticking with it. Because that's beautifully. It's down below 12, right about 12.5 yesterday. And I decided to stick with the trade. I didn't modify. I'm trying to look for maybe get a bigger fall off and turn around and jump back up again. It was a bit irritating. Only I'm still in it. If you're in it, I'm assuming you're still in, hold on to it. Write this down before I forget. GBP. So yeah, it's teasing me as well. I've been teasing me for the last bloody week. We'll do the sell there, okay. Right, we're over now. I'm still sticking with the trade. It's just the guys who are not gone into it. If anyone's not gone into it, that's fine. Second. Just go check something here. Okay. Oh, by the way, yes, don't forget. Let's have a look. Where is this now? Just a second. As I do this, just going to take 2 seconds. This crap's in the way. I can't see what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, that's sorted. So you all got it. I just remind myself that if you want to join me at 1 o'clock discussing the micro. Fine. Okay. Let's have a look. Just make sure. Okay. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Good morning, Bednar. Yeah. Okay. Vedna, you can just see above there, if you want to join me at 1 o'clock to discuss the micros, how to get it, etc. The Zoom ID is that, I presume just register the normal way. Join me there, and I'm going to go through how the micros work as opposed to the normal one. And for guys now can trade the NAS with small amounts of money, which they couldn't do. So if you're not sure the mechanics of that, please join me at 1. I'll go into detail then. Very important you have it. Okay. Perfect. Very important. Okay. Because everyone loves a NAS before they couldn't afford it. Now we can. Right. I like it. I'm assuming you're on it. I'm definitely in it. But if you're not in it, I have no problem. You join it now. Anybody want to join out on the micro? If you've got a lot of money, or you go the normal, that's not a problem. But if you haven't, anything under £5 do the micro. Simple as that. Okay. Oh, you're just saying that because you know it's true, Brenda. I'm just too modest to say I'd agree with you, though. Thanks very much. Cheers. Okay. Anybody who's not in the NAS wants to do it? We've got a short in. I can put the stuff up if you like. Anybody want to do this in the Dow? Anybody not in and wants to do it? I'll put the R up for you. Quite simple as that. I'll put it up anyway. You can make a choice. It won't take 2 seconds. But please, for goodness sake, make sure it's the micro so you get your position size right. I'll say these are the same figures I've done so far. One thing. It was 12,000 or something. I can't remember. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. You got 500 US dollars. Well, Lorenzo, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when I talk about the micro compared to the normal one, join me at 1 p.m. I'll give you the Zoom details there. But I'll do it quickly because you trade a bit, so you'll probably pick up straight away. If you go to the specs on this one, you go and see contract size 1, right? So if you do the normal one, contract size 10, so it's 10 times difference. You go the normal one, it's not 70 Rand per micro, it'll be 700 Rand per micro. Because as you can see, the stop is out the way up here. You've got a stop there, it's quite a long way, 400 odd pips. We can put a wide stop on the micro. So you can work it out. One restriction, the maximum size of the micro is 1 mini. So you can't go bigger than 0.1 or 10 times this. So if you've got a $500 and you want to risk 5%, what's $500? 5%, that's $25. Is that right? Yeah, $25. What's that in rands? 360 and half of that, 90, 470. Yeah, okay, yeah, stick to the micro. I'm not sure you should be going higher than 5% on that amount. So stick to the micro and 20. I'll tell you what is in dollars there. It's $4.60. Yes, about call it $4. Okay, per micro. So you can go for 0.06 on this one on a $500 account if you want it. Make sure it's a micro. You say I haven't got a micro. Well, there's 2 ways you can get it. You can go and click to add and put in the micro like that. I'll show you what I mean. It appears there. It'll see micro there. See, and click on it and enter, and away you go. No problem there. If you haven't got it, I'm sorry, you can't join it this time because you'll be overexposed because you only got the normal one. So what you do is you go to the portal, open another one, live account that is, choose the option that says micro and take it from there. Any issues, call your account manager, details on the portal. Remember, when you go to the portal, details account manager there. Anything to do with the intermediary side or helping open, closing account, whatever you want to do that. The only thing you can't do is ask for trade ideas. You have to come from someone who's regulated for that. Okay, right, so there you are. If you're not sure of the mechanics of this one, it's imperative you go. because we're getting people going in with small accounts on the normal, not understanding the difference, and it's biting. A lot of guys got bitten in this one, jumping around. Nothing wrong with the trade. They just thought if they're going in at 70 bucks a micro, actually it was 700 on theirs, totally overexposing, unwittingly because they didn't know, and they got margin call in the movements. Okay, bear that in mind, absolute must. Okay, so there we are. If you're not in it, there you are. I've already got it down anyway, so you're in. If you like the Dow, or you want to do both, up to you. Again, the micro. You only have 2 micros. You might give you an option there, S&P. Well, the S&P is not tradable at the moment, leave it alone. And FTSE, but that's down the line. I'm not that favor of it. It's 7,000 the FTSE. What do you need a micro on it for? And when you got the NAS, which is twice as much, 12,000, why would you? It's going to be too small, no point. And if you're going to, unless you love the FTSE, and people love the FTSE, have been trading for a while, have enough money, understand they can do their own thing anyway. But otherwise, what's the point? You know, want to get the real thing, the NAS, you know what I'm saying, or the Dow. Okay, the Dow, same story. I've forgotten what my S&P is. I had it down here somewhere. The Dow, yeah. If you're not on board and you want to do it, again, it's the micro, don't forget. Make sure it's the micro. Check on there. It's a normal one. You might not have enough money to get the margin, so you won't be able to get in anyway. But if you do on a highly leveraged account, you might come back and bite. So make sure it's a down micro. We're going to short this as well, and we're going to put in the stop as the same as before. 32884. 32884. Why not 5? No, oh, sorry, 844. Make it for 5. That'd be 4. It's 31830. 31830. 3284. Now, why on the Dow, which is 30,000, it's only 50? On the other one, the NAS, which is only 12,000, it's 70, because we've got a 400 pip stop on the NAS. We've only got a 260 pip stop on this one. If you prefer a wider stop, you can, but I think you can if you like, but I think that should do it. So if you want to do the Dow, it's 50 bucks a micro. Hope we're all clear on the difference now. This is a 1 contract size, the other one is a 10 contract size. You can do the normal if you like on 500 US, but I prefer to have about 600 US in the Dow normal. You could on this one actually if you're on the normal, just 1 micro that is, because that's 500 Rand. Is your risk, what's that, about just under 300, just under $30. You could probably push 0.1 on this or 0.1 on the other one, but rather do this one and maybe, you know, take it from there. Just do the maths. You'll get the idea. Remember, I do it every day, so it becomes habit. Okay, hope we're good on that one. So there we are. If you want to do that, you've got the micro and you're not already in, which I think a lot of people already are, there's the opportunity. I'll be honest, I got a slightly lower price. I think. Yeah, I got slightly lower, but that's okay. Getting a slightly better price here if you went in. Okay, so there you are if you want it. There's something else you wanted me to look at as well as CAD. What was that again, Morris? No, the German, leave it. I'd like to put back on board the Germans. German's been opened back up again. We had some problems with it, and now it's out. Not our fault. It was the major feed from the States. Not bad a problem with that. What was that? Sorry, Marius. Where is it now? ADCAT. Then we'll do the German 30. What do you want to do with this one? For a short. I think I want a bit of confirmation. I'm sure that. Not sure I'll be going. It's my first glance at that. Right on there, no breakthrough. Could easily pop back up again. I think you could pop up 50 pips and send it down. Still at the top of the range, maybe. And if it doesn't break up again, at least you can take your money. I wouldn't be going in there. I'll check the weekly. With the weekly, you got some problems right down here. It's only 30 pips away. That's another tick against. 4 hour, not a few buyers are coming in. I would be shorting that at the moment. I hear the short, but maybe at this sort of level here. Okay. So DJP1, so don't forget. That's my opinion before we move on. I don't want to do anything, DJ. I didn't say Mandla. You're busy with NAS, Mr. DJ. Okay, I'll do the DJ quickly. Before I do that, any problems with that? Does anyone want to do this? As I say, I'm not keen. Not yet. We'll come back to you on tomorrow's book. So we'll just do the DAO because the lady wants to go in. And what the lady wants, the lady should have. So we all agree. Figures again, 32884. And 184.
Roger, can I say something?
You can.
I just want to give a small tip to people like me too slow to follow your progress. As I was busy with the NASDAQ, what I do is I take a photo with my cell of the position size calculator. So while you're talking and I'm listening, I can go back to my phone and see the calculator and go on. It also gives me a chance to just keep an eye on what's happening. Do I really want to trade? So that's what I do. I just thank you very much for doing the DJ again for me.
Okay, not a problem. I get that completely. And that's what I do. I just do a quick copy, a screenshot, like I've done there. And then I can just right click, copy and paste or whatever I want to do with it. Okay, 100%. Okay, good enough. All right, there are the figures. We can move on. Where are we? GBP CAD, just see the updates on that was a request. Hey, hang on, what's happening here? Am I seeing something here? It's come up a bit. Hang on, don't get excited, guys. Things becoming right, eh? How long we had this bloody thing? Since Pontius was first a pilot, hey? We say, since the Dead Sea first reported sick. GBP CAD 67.85. The guys have gone at 68.40 are smiling. If you're going at 68.40, here's your chance, guys. You can start moving your stop down. I'm not going to move it yet because it's only 20 pips away. The guys now are what? That's about 80 pips in profit. Hey, it's coming right. Let's stop moaning about it. What a pleasure. Need patience. You know, I keep saying it, but I'm going to do a bit of patience myself. I'm going to start and take my own medicine. You know, say everyone be patient. Learn a bit myself on that. What a pleasure. It's coming right. Modify your stop to protect. Simple as that. I wouldn't re-enter this now. No, definitely not. You're still in. Well, then modify. I'm trying to say taking profit too quickly, and I'm trying to obey what I'm saying. You know, it's not just saying it, but you've got to do it myself. Someone can bite. I mean, it doesn't have to do brilliant yesterday. I was up about 3 grand on it. I let it run, and I decided I want at least 200 pips stop. So I left my stop where it is. I think I'm back to, I'm still a bit of a profit, not much, but anyway, I'm going to stick with it and see if I can get a decent run. But there's no hard and fast rules in this business. Markets can do some funny things. But anyway, whatever, there it is. Stick with it. You can profit nice, Coyote. If you're sick to death of it, take it. Now we know for everyone else will come screaming off and be very happy. That's Murphy's Law. But seriously, modify your stuff. Okay, so that's great. What was the other one? We're coming to a little list there. Make a little list, if you remember the Mercado. AUD CAD, we just discussed that, I think. We leave that, I think, it's just looking at that. I think that was a leave, and anyone disagrees on that one. Yeah, leave that for the moment. German 30, yeah, German 30. I still think, remember, there's no minute micro on here, so if you do the German 30, it's the contract size 10 on 15,000. So it's even more expensive than the NAS. It's not quite as volatile. I'll give you a due on that, but still, you're looking at this one here, same sort of, I'm looking for short. It's gonna, if you short the NAS, you want to be long in this thing here. So you need about 150 pips stock. So you're talking $15, which is about 240, 250 Rand a micro. Just bear that in mind if you're going into the German. But if you're short in the NAS, why not stick with the NAS? You short as well. But if you short the NAS, you short the Dow, you short the GR30, you're shorting 3 indices. You get my point. So rather 1 or 2, but like the dollar. If you like the NZD USD and you like the I don't know, the USD JPY is a long or a short, maybe push another USD one, but certainly not 4 because you're overexposing one denomination or one currency or one indices or one specific area, sector, I think the word is. Hope you understand that. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste because it's been sent out into my group. Just give me a second. Just a second. Okay. And I'll just do this again, just make sure that it's a nice little banner. Put that on as well. Good stuff. All right, there he is. Okay, GBP USD. What's it doing? It's coming off a bit. We got in at 19. That's on the sell. Remember that the spread is what is the spread? 4 pip spread. All right, I'm thinking that attention a bit wide, but never mind. That's the way it's set. Don't blame me. But it's just broken through, so it's starting to go to profit. Remember the spreads account. Once you see blue, the spread's taken out. That's your money, even 1 cent. Okay, GR. If anyone want to do it, but if we got the NAS and the Dow, do you want to follow up with another index? Remember, this is not a micro. This is a contract size 10, so that it'll be a wider amount, even though it's not as what you would call it as volatile. We can't have 400 pip. We can, but you got a 10 grand account. So you want me to do the GR30? I'll do it for you. We want to be shorting it. NZDJPY with something else. I'll go back to it if you want. NZDJPY. You've got to go, Vedna. I'll catch you.
Incoming mail.
Okay, so obviously you send out to everyone. Remember that it defaults to the mailbox. You heard that noise there? So it just defaults to the mailbox. That's sent out to everybody. So there you are. Where are we? NZDJPY. I can't remember what we want to do with this. I'm to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about the yen. I think the yen's a bit overbought, a bit overvalued. We could see some, and I think the NZD is a bit undervalued. I personally think I'd rather wait for confirmation, but I think we can get some upside on this, to be honest. I don't really look long or short on it, but I think it's a possibility of maybe some upside in this, but I want some more confirmation. Hang on, look at this, a bit of a problem. Already popped up this morning. That's from 4 till 8 o'clock, that candle. We're now on the 8 to 12 candle, and it's popped up and it's held and come off. I think rather wait for another stab and breakthrough, maybe breakthrough up here. I think we could get some upside here, but I'm not keen to do either at the moment. See you at 1, Derek. Fantastic. Okay. I want a decent turnout because I get paid on ratings, the advertiser ratings. Just joking. I like to see all there. Okay. Anybody keen on this? Buy or sell? Is mentioned by Mundler. Anybody keen on this one? Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Pietro. I'm not keen on these. I'm not sure about this at all. It's just a feeling I've got, and a feeling ain't cutting it. A feeling is not enough. I just feel it might get a bit of upside here, but I'm certain not to put my money on you. You want to buy it? I'm leaning towards that money. Have you traded on time, man? Maybe it's on the same wavelength here. Yeah. I think maybe confirmation would be the name of the game. Yeah. I'm going to leave it alone for the moment, yeah. Well, I think it's going to be some upside, like I mentioned, but I just want a bit of confirmation. Might get it this afternoon. Okay. Did I miss anybody there? Did I miss anybody? Let's just check here. No, I think I covered everything. Okay, let's just revisit a couple, see how they're going. From yesterday, we had the NZDCHF and Tombi. I think she got that one right as well. NZDCHF. I wasn't that confident, but I went in because I said I was going to, but quite a small position to be honest. So I'm not really, not killing me, if you know what I mean. But it's definitely, well, it's going in your favor, put it that way. 57.06, I shorted it. Obviously, it's gone up a bit. So, yeah, it's slight profit, a bit close to modified, but seems to be doing okay. The US dollar CAD went up beautifully, then the bloody thing came off. Went up fantastically yesterday, went right up to, yeah, nearly the round figure. I don't know if anyone's still in it, then it came out, but it seemed to be holding there. And yeah, so if you still like it, maybe you can enter again. If you put profit, you want to do it again. And I still see upside on this one. It's just struggling at the moment. I give you due. I do see upside. If you get my point. If you're taking profit, you want to do it again, there it is. If you're not sure, enjoy the profit you're taking, that's fine. If you didn't take profit, you're in, chambers come off, keep your fingers crossed and come back again. Straightforward, simple as that. Okay, fine. GP, oh, go, I see what you mean. I'm with you now, yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's good enough. I've just let it run. To the wrong side. Oh my goodness, thank you very much. I don't want to hear this, Etienne. What's the NAS doing then? NAS is hovering. Actually not quite sure what's happened with the Dow at the moment, to be honest. I mean, I look at a lot of stocks there. I don't think should have pushed it so high up compared to the NAS. But I think it's going to hold there. I'm not sure we're going to see 32.8. Quite a bit of resistance there. Yeah. Let it run anyway. Okay, US dollar, yeah, Canadian did beautifully. If you took the profit and you want to go again, I'm still happy with that one. Dollar yen, we don't overdo with the dollar. Nah, it's too close. Okay. Anything else we looked at? I think that was all. I don't think we've got anything else at the moment. Okay. Is the GBP one still doing okay? Yes, it's coming right. Okay, it's a nice one. Euro JPY. I didn't take that, did I? Is it worth taking it down there? Hovering around that level there, debating whether to go. Maybe I'll just wait. I don't. I'll worry about that. I'll see what happens there. Okay. Anything else? Gold seems to be hovering around about that level there. Leave it alone. Yeah. So go back to German 30. Does anybody want to do it? Bearing in mind, contract size here is not 1, it's 10. Don't forget, check that. Do the maths accordingly. So if you want to do that, you're going to need at least 5 or 6 grand in your account. Okay, I'll come back to you if you want. Just mention that. We'll do the I don't think so. No. I'll tell you what my problem with that is. You've got quite a bit of resistance in about 50 pips time. You've got to put your stop down here, which is too far away. So put it down here. Shut up too much. I think you might get a pullback. I think you might get some profit taken around these levels. Yeah, possibility here, I agree, but not at these levels. I want to buy at a better price. I suggest you do as well. Because you could get some noise here and you won't get a risk. You can't put, it's because you could do before, right? No, you can't. It's going to be, you won't get the mass, you won't get a risk reward. Hopefully it pulls back and then make a plan. Okay, that's my take. Don't agree, say so for the hour up. Yeah, possible. No, that's my problem. See what I mean? Last 3-4 hour candles battle to break above. I think, see if we get a confirmed break above 50 times 4 moving average. Okay. Look at held. Still got an hour and a half to go this candle. Give you due, the buyers are coming in, but then the sellers are defending that area there. I think just sit tight on that one. Probably the same, yeah. Just look at the 1 hour's covering it. Look at that. 200 times 1 hour. Get it? So I would suggest you hold back on that. Hear my point, Vicky? Do you agree with it or disagree? You agree? Okay, good enough. Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's not just too risky. I think it's more the point is there's not much confirmation. You can be harebrained or too gung ho. You know what I mean? That's more gambling than actually proper strategy. Okay. So what I'm looking at dollar yen. We mentioned that. Yeah. Yeah. Just going to mention something. Oh yes, that's right. Let's put the number down. Okay, I think most of you got it, but I see a few new names in there. I did earlier on anyway, still here. That's my WhatsApp number. If you want any assistance or anything like that, fine. What are the caveats? You've got to have 500 Rand or $50 or more in your account, no demos. And if you've got more than 2.5 or $150 and you're not already uploaded onto my QT group, WhatsApp me, let me know, and I'll upload you. Okay. Please, if you do that, just give me your full details. Don't say, hi there, it's me from the trading group. That's me anything to be. It's, my name is, I don't know, Brian Ranks, real account number 1964553, whatever it is. Speeds everything up. I can quickly check it out. I'll WhatsApp you then, my details and blah, blah, blah. And then we can take it from there. Okay, if you so want. Just remember, when I've got a quiet moment, don't confuse trading support with the account manager. A lot of guys think, no, I'm people go account manager. I hope you are. That's great. They're doing a great job. But they're what's called the intermediary. They can assist you in open accounts and other bits and pieces like that. Live chat, technical support, any login details, any tech problems. And for actual trading itself, analysis, support, wherever, then that's when you come to somebody that's got to be regulated as myself. Hope that's all clear. Okay, I've got that out of the way. Don't forget, last thing before I'm trying to remind you guys, if you haven't saved your charts, right click in the spot there, go to templates and save your template. Just click on it, put in your name here, and then save it. And then when you do lose your charts or press the wrong button or whatever happens there, you just go to your templates and there you have your saved charts down there. It's up and running. Okay, don't forget to do that. Always check specifications. You all know how to do that now. Left click, right click on the chosen instrument, and it'll give you the exposure, contract size, it'll give you a margin if you want to know the leverage. So 5-1 or 201 or 1-1, that's just a name. You find that each instrument's got a slightly different margin, so you'll know the leverage of an instrument. You just divide that figure there into 100 to give you a leverage. And if you see down there, it's got full access. What that means is you can buy or sell it. We'll go to the German 30, make sure it's all sorted out now. I had a bit of a problem there. Not us, the feed. Check that there. Full access, all sorted. Go to the S&P. Still got a problem with dialer feed there. Probably going to continue because everyone's got the micro on the NAS as we speak. Go down there and you can see close only. So you can't enter the S&P. Forget it. Even you can, forget the S&P. Rather use the micro. Rather than as micro. But it's just much better all around. Why would you use Gen 4 if you've got Gen 5 available? Okay. Right, we covered that. Anything else you want to look at? The GBP CAD we've looked at this now. Seems at last to be coming right. What a pleasure. Seems to be coming right. So that's quite nice. Might move the stop after the session here. Break even, good. We can, Lorenzo, but I'm a bit iffy on the moment. Remember, gold's a fear factor. They have a problem with the bank. The bank's not out of the way, by the way. It's not out of the way. It's just they put a plaster on it, but the underlying issue is still there. And until they bring interest rates down, it's going to be a continual issue. And we haven't seen any signs they're going to do it yet. So I'm still positive on gold, but not here. Look at the indecision yesterday. That's bank's indecision, world indecision. I think it's going to leave it alone at the moment. But if it does pull back, maybe 1940-ish, look at the situation there for a buy. I wouldn't be shorting or buying at the moment. This is one to leave alone. That's my strong opinion, to be honest. I wouldn't be shorting it. I'd be buying it, but I want to get at least 1940 to get there. We had one out the other day. I think looking back, maybe preempted it, came back, stopped everybody out, and then moved up. I'll be honest, right, you're wrong there. I went in again, stopped me out, and I took it. I was getting a bit nervous, so I got out. I didn't make the money back, but I made some of it back, but I started getting nervous. It's been kicked around by the fundamental fear out there. Good news comes in, off it comes. Bad news, up it goes. And even sometimes it's not even in sync or inversely proportional to the dollar or the use because of the fear factor involved. Too many variables out there. Gold, I think, at the moment, look to buy at a better price. That's a summation anyway. Just change subject. You see, Trans-Am some problems with the eroding stock port and a highly inflated price by the Chinese. I think the guys forgot they're not the only crooks in the world. Chinese could do the same thing as well. You know, don't have a monopoly on crookery. The Chinese could play it fast as well. Grossly overcharged and still bought it. Then they found out they're overcharged. They try to find the Chinese. The Chinese refusing to pay it. And now they need the Chinese to provide spare parts, and they're not supplying. So we've got about 200 trains sitting there, goods trains, not passenger trains, carrying coal, and the Chinese not come to party because they don't want to pay the reparations for ripping them off. It'd be funny, farcically funny if it wasn't so tragic, you know. Anyway, that's my take on gold, Lorenzo. Are you happy with it? Do you disagree? Would you want to buy it or sell it now? What do you want to do? Anybody out there? That's my take. Might not be the right one. We got a couple wrong, and certain Mr. Mundler and Miss Tommy got it right. So I see your opinion if you disagree. Yeah, I'll leave it alone. Okay. Are we agreed? You agreed? Is your question, Lorenzo? Are you happy with the leave it alone, or do you want to do something with it? So what? I'm not so sure about that. I've not. Obviously, nothing's impossible. Depends on the situation out there. If everything settles down nicely and dollar strength comes in, a lot of non-farms and CPIs come out very much in favor. Situation, money might flow back to the dollars, considered a safe haven, and then gold might come back there. But at this stage, I'm not seeing it happening now. I agree about two. I'm just trying to get 1940, 1950 maybe. But if it can hold around 1960, again, wait to see if the situation against interest rates are sorted out. We haven't got that. It's still sitting up there in the ether. But yeah, I see 2000 as well, absolutely. Totally agree on that, but I'm not going in now. Yeah, basically, yeah, no problem with that, Morris. So bottom line is, at the moment, Morris Company, you'd be leaving alone. That might help, not just me saying it to Lorenzo as well. Well, it's comparison. You've got the yields, the copy and paste the yields might have it. I'll just do it quickly. So you got it. Some people might not have it. Where is it? There you go. I explained about bonds and yields and how it affects everything, didn't I? So you understand that now. Yeah, as simple as that. I mean, if it starts getting above 4%, there'll be more and more pressure regards interest rates. Don't forget, if the yields go up and the dollar goes up, gold goes in the opposite direction. Why does it sometimes go in the same direction? Fear factor. Rush to gold. Chinese do, Indians do, Middle East do, and investors do as well. It holds its value, has since we've been using it. You read books about Roman times, gold coins, get the idea. Always remember, it does not produce a dividend or interest, it's purely on the capital gain. So the lower the interest, the better for gold, the higher interest, it's a better alternative than gold. People drift out of gold, brings the price down. Gold to a certain extent, the poor man's gold, if you like, but similar. Some guys took it just for the hell of it. I don't quite know why, just for the hell of it, they did. Where is it now? Here we are. And the trade got in at 23, so not too bad. Make sure you got your volumes correct, normal story. Did I avoid the question or answer it, or what I said it's a bit airy-fairy, Gerard? Do you want any more specific on the question there? It's quite important that, so I want to make sure, clarify it. I think high will be above 3.5. I think low will be below 3. Maybe that's what you're looking for. In today's economy now, as we speak, not 2 years ago. Always remember, guys, just stuff you've heard before, but some might not. Market's made up of buyers and sellers. So everyone's got different opinions to create that market. That's why you get the noise, and that's why you get the unknown, and that's why you have stop losses. Okay. The beauty of the market really is the fact you've got instant buyers and sellers, according to liquidity there. Anyone who got a business out there would wonderful they could have that. The amount of money each business spends on marketing, trying to get potential customers and then trying to sell them. What a pleasure to be able to do the click of a button. Hey? You're an estate agent. Can you imagine getting your estate agent commission? Says, I want to sell my house. What price? Click the button. It's out. It's done. Can I have my commission, please? What a pleasure to have been stood up at 7 o'clock in the evening on a cold winter night by a person who wanted to view the property and then never pitches up. And you try to call them, are they coming? And they won't answer the phone. And all those hassles will go. Anyone's an estate agent out there? I haven't, but I know people who have. No, I want to sell or buy a house. There you are. Do you like it? Yeah. Got the money? Right, click the button. The buyers and sellers are sitting there waiting. Where's the difficulty? They don't always agree with you.
The National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, had threatened to pull out of the coalition and only agreed to the delay on a promise he could form a national.
Okay, I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think it's to do with the trading, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so you know what I mean, Anna Marie. Buyers are liars. They stand you up, one or two people standing there, cold evening, winter, dark and freezing and waiting. Your time away from your family, the guy doesn't pitch up. They earn the money, no begrudging them that. Brent, yeah, Mandela, yeah, I think wait for the 80. I can off the record but on the record, I can't, because we've got a trade idea out there, and a lot of people are still in it because the TP is 80. Most guys are taking a profit and happy with it or whatever, but until it either hits the TP or something goes pear-shaped, I'm not too sure that I can push a sell right now, especially because a lot of people open trades. Having said that, off the record, let's go to the daily chart. It is hovering around, it's backing to break further. If it gets to 80, I'll definitely be looking, let's say right about this level here, 80, I'll be definitely looking to sell it down. I think at the moment, it's look at that candlestick on the daily, it's hovering. I think it'd be preempted on the record, no one off the record, on the record. I think it'd be preempted to sell this level here at the moment. There's not enough buyers or sellers to give you a momentum in either direction. It's just slipping along. So we'll see what happens. But if it gets there, TP's hit, I have a pretty good chance, a better chance for a sell. If it comes off, well, we'll look at it again. But I wouldn't be jumping in now. Oh yeah, I had that guy. Actually, I sold my own house. How long ago was this? About 15, 16 years ago. I had a house then, but I had several properties there. But that particular one, and decided to sell it myself. And then one guy came round. And so I really like your house. And remember, things are different. This was nearly 20 years ago. And the price of housing was about $1 million or something. I can't remember. That's 20 years ago. It's not much now. It's a lot of money there. And he came up and he says, "Well, I really like the house. I really want it, but I've only got 200,000 rand." He looked at me, hopefully, and I just shook my head. Don't be rude to the guy. Why would I sell my R1 million house, which I subsequently did, for 200 grand because you like it? So yeah, what they're looking at, they're like, that's why, you know, expensive houses, you cannot even view them without showing you can afford it. We don't want people traipsing around 30 million rand properties in Clifton on the beach, you know, 100 million where it costs there. Or you can't suddenly test drive a Bentley. You know, you got to make sure that you're an honest potential of a purchaser. Same sort of principle. I don't just do show housing, but it's all done online. I don't know what store, but I know for a fact a lot of people nothing better do wander around show houses just for the hell of it on a Sunday. Or go to shopping malls. I couldn't believe it. I first came, well, I was over here, but I went overseas a couple of years and came back. And around these shopping malls, you know, people, that was the idea of a Saturday fun, wandering around the shopping mall. Maybe because it was new, I don't know. Anyway, I got as well, I'm probably been people that tell me. I know, yeah, we say, we have a saying, I think it's you saying, Peter, that's right, you know, probably telling me. Buyers are liars, they're saying, yeah. And the trouble is, everyone protects the purchaser, but no one protects the poor sales guy, eh? They're there for the snacks. We used to do, I'll go off the subject a bit, we used to do it where provided snacks to get people to come in and look at the product, etc. And this one here, what I'm talking about here, several years ago, but the boss stopped it because you got all the guys coming in and then they have a break at 12 o'clock for the snacks and then continue at 1. So everyone used to pitch up late, grab the snacks and then shoot off. So suddenly you realize this is not working. Yeah, so there it is. I would be shorting it now. I've sort of said, like, okay, I'd be happy with that same number. Just sort of finding with some reason, I'll tell you why, there's sort of babble on the screen there, just change the subject. You're in short again. I think you might come right here. I think Bubba's a good chance of coming off. We can look at that later on today at 4 o'clock. I'll write that down. You got in already, that's fine, I agree with that. I'm gonna write that down. BABA. I think it's a good chance we might get a sell on this one.
Roger, I got knocked out. My stop was too close. I put it at 100 and it go past that. So it increased by more than 14% yesterday. I don't know what the heck was going on.
I'll explain. What happened is, and I thought it didn't make sense, it got 40% because Jack made suddenly likes China. No, Jack Ma, sorry. The reason is he split the company up into 6 separate parts and looks like he's going to list all 6 of those as separate companies. And the market welcomed that as a very good idea. That's why I got the surge in the price. Okay.
Oh, all right. No, thanks. Then at
that's-
least it explains the jump in price.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense to me. I mean, he might be the jump mark going back to China. But, I'm not too sure that's going to move 14%. Much to like you there, Mr. Ma, but no, that was the reason. I think that's going to sort of settle down a bit. I think it might come off a bit. We'll see how it opens, see what's happening there, and I think we might get a chance of something going on there. The Microsoft as well, might be a chance of getting it. As you know, I'm already on board around that 280 mark, if I remember rightly. So if you can ignore that, that's a glitch in the pricing system we had, as you know. Ignore that grid candle, that's nothing. Okay, so we might get a chance of chasing that if we get a reasonable opening, maybe a bit above that to sell it down. I think we're all agreed, the market's there, not just me saying, it's most people saying, it's building up and it's in big denial, and I'm expecting pullbacks, sell the rally, and I'm not changing attitude at all on that. Talking about that, what's the Dow doing, apart from stuffing us around? It's still holding? Yeah, it is bloody thing. Hope that's going to hold and come back soon. You told us so as regards what? Sorry, Pete. But yeah, until we get these fundamentals sorted out worldwide, I've mentioned several times, you're going to have get a lot of jitters in the markets. Just bear that in mind, especially on indices. Okay, good stuff. Anything else? Anything happening on what we got out now? Euro JPY. What was it again? It was a sell it on the dot 143, hovering, but it's okay. Hovering. Not either up and down, but it's not shooting up. So that's going to look good if you went in. On the aggressive side, GBP USD. Trying to get down there. It's getting a bit of noise around figure 1.23, but if we can break through there, we should do pretty well. But we're in, and it is slightly in the profit at the moment. Clearly nothing like good enough to move your stock, but at least it's a few pips in profit, which is okay. Okay, and the GBP CAD popping up a bit. Just fed up with the bloody thing, and you've got to profit, modify your stop, or cut your position. Remember, you can cut your position. You don't have to close. We've got a few minutes left. Sorry to bore guys like Fani here and the rest of them, but anybody out there not know how to cut your position? If you've got 1 micro, clearly that's the minimum you can't. If you've got more than 1 micro, you don't have to close the entire volume, you can close part volume. Okay, Karen, I see that here at 1 o'clock or 4:20 if you can make it. Okay, on Tom, it's quite important. I'll show you how it's done. It's quite simple. Just give me here. Right. What you do then is you see where it says stop loss. I haven't put it in yet. I haven't put the stop loss in. I have to do it after 3:30. Beg your pardon. Okay, there I got in 279. So that's Microsoft. Doesn't really matter. And not your stop loss or TP. Around about these levels, maybe under the volume. See what it says there? I've got 10 as a share. If it was 0.02 or more or wherever, what you do is you double click. Normally you close a position by clicking on there. Don't in this case, just put the volume on a close. So let's say you got 0.04 and you want to bank 0.02, write in the volume 0.02, then you click the close. And then it will change. I'm putting 5 in this case because that's what I got as an example. I wanted to bank 5. I can't at the moment simply because the market's closed. But if the market is open, I would click the 5 close, and then it would 5 be banked and the volume would change to 5. So you can close part of it unless you got the minimum 0.01, if you see what I mean. Everyone got that? Got it. Okay. I'll do it again if everyone doesn't understand. It's very important. I wish, say, example, you've got a couple of properties other than the one you're living in. You've got a few financial problems. You have to sell both. Just selling one covers it. Sell one, keep the other one. So you don't have to close entire. You can close part of it. Hope we're all clear on that. If not, I'll do it again, but you must know that. Important. Okay. So going back to GBP CAD, it's now nicely in profit. You can modify the stop, or if you're getting a bit nervous, it's bouncing up, but you still want to keep it, still modify your stop and the profit, and maybe close portion half or something you choose. Bank half and let the other half run or something like that. You might even do that yourself after this as well. No, can't sell part shares. You can. Let's get the verbiage right. You can do a fraction of a share. Let's say you wanted to do 11, but you can afford 10 is you can easily afford. 11 is a bit higher than your risk. You can put 10.5 on shares, but don't do 0.01. You're wasting your time. The contract value on the share is only 1. So let's say you want to do Microsoft, and you didn't want to do 10. You wanted to do 11. Sorry, you wanted to do a little, not as much as 11. You wanted to do 10. You can put in 10.5, something like that, if you wanted to do that. However, you're talking about closing part. So if you've got, let's say, 4 micros or 6 micros, you want to bank 2 or 3 of them, that's how you do it. All good on that. Cheers, Buck Fine. I'll see you later. Okay, all good on that? See you at 4. All happy? Anybody else? All clear on the part closing?
Mr. Rogers,
Yeah, go for it.
do you think I should increase my volume depending on the account that I have?
Right. Best way to do it is percentage of risk. If you got 200 Rand or below, I suggest maximum of 10%. If you got, actually, you can make it up to make it up to 2.5 grand, maximum of 10%. I'd say maybe go down to maybe 7.5 up to 5 grand and maybe 5%. This is just a ballpark figure, this. But yes, the whole idea of having a higher balance is to go for a higher volumes, because you obviously a guy on 1 million can risk more than a guy on 10,000, clearly. So yeah, just work on the percentage. Okay. So how much you got? You've got a couple of grand, then make it about maximum 200. Unless you want to do more, you can afford it. You want to do that. That's your choice. I'm just giving you a rule of thumb.
All right.
Okay. Explain again. Yeah. If you want to do shares, let's say let's go for Tesla. Now Tesla is quite a volatile share. So you need wider stop. Let's say you want to short it. You want to put the stop up here. Make it up here. Actually, make it up here. Make it $20 stop. Now, $20 is 360 Rand. You might say, oh, I can't really afford 360 Rand. I can only afford, let's say, 180 Rand. Then you wouldn't have to go 1.0, you go 0.5 on Tesla. If you're doing F-stop, that's a volatile $200 stop. F-stop is not as volatile, nothing like as volatile, and it's a much lower price stop. So we'll do. So clearly, you're not going to go 0.01. If you do, you're wasting your time, because you might, if it hits TP, buy yourself a box of matches. So because the contract size is 1, let's just check. See what I mean? Go just always check this. 1 contract size, and what's the margin? They're all 5%. So all the leverage, you divide that into 100, is 20. 20 to 1 leverage. Don't care whether you have a 500 account or 100 account, I don't care. All of them is 5%. It's standard across shares. So your leverage on shares is 20 to 1 or 5% deposit. Okay. Now, clearly, you're not put 0.01 $11 share. It's pointless. So you'd say, right, what is my risk? Let's do a quick trade on here. Let's say you want to buy it and your stop is down here. Clearly, that says 50 cents. We can't put it down here below this guy here. Okay. We'll put it down there. So that's 75 cents per share per 1.0. What's that? That's about what, 14 Rand, something plus minus. So it's 14 Rand risk for 1.0. So you're going for 0.1. That's 1 Rand. It's 14 cents. Is your 14 Rand cents, not US cents, Rand cents. You go 0.01. Clearly, it's a complete waste of time. So then you're doing multiples of 1. So let's say, what do you say? It's 14 Rand. You can afford 140 Rand. You put 10.0. 280, 20.0, 560, 40.0. You get the idea. Make sense? And again, you can park close on any of them by double clicking on the volume of your chosen instrument and putting the volume on a close, then clicking the yellow bar there. Hope that's all clear. Got it. Good stuff. If you haven't got it, say so before we close up. All got it? Well, I see we all got it. Okay, great, guys. Those who can make it at 1 o'clock for the explanation of the differentials between the NAS and the down micro and the normal, etc., and how to get it, join me at 1 till 2. And then other than that, if you already know that, then join me at 4 o'clock if you can make it. Remember, if you can't, you're in traffic or something and you want to do the trading room, what you can do is, well, I mean, you can afford the data, have it on your phone, quite a lot, unless you've got a pocket router. Or you can go to, afterwards, you can go to the portal, go to the social media and click on YouTube, and there is the recorded session, just so you know. Always keep an eye on the portal, check stuff on it. It's developed and designed and paid for by the company to assist you guys. There's your account manager. On there is all sorts of bits and pieces of interest, live chat, you name it. So keep that handy, minimize it, save it, and you'll find a lot of go-to areas on the portal. Okay, including the recordings. Hope that's all good. Okay, guys. Yeah, thanks very much as usual for your support. Let's hope our GBP USD comes right. Popped up, silly bloody thing. But let's give it a chance, see what happens, and then catch you guys at 4 or 1 o'clock, depending. Okay. Catch you there. The link, I sort of link was sent out, but I'll give you the Zoom ID again. I'll give it to you quickly again. You haven't got it. Just a second. I presume you just register the normal way. All right. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. today. I'm going to try to do it every Wednesday. So put that a note of that every Wednesday until there's a change of plan. Okay. So there it is. Just register the normal way, I presume you do anyway. But that's the idea. Of course, it's free, so you don't have to worry about all that hassle. If it wasn't free, I would say so. That's why I can't produce the technical CFD Forex classes on there, because you have to go to your LMS for that. We're going to want to post on there because that's obviously part of the stock market college package. So there you are. That's the Zoom ID. There you are. Whoever didn't have it, but there you are, basically. Okay, right. I think that's it. Catch you later. Cheers. Like to see a smile there, my friend. That's what I like to see. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers, guys.